Shall we read another story? Yes, one more story from the Animal Storybook. I've got a story here called The Tiny Friend. And look, we've got a great big elephant here. I wonder what the elephant's tiny friend is. Shall we read it and find out? Yeah. Long ago, a huge, hairy mammoth stomped through a forest in search of food. Oh, so it's not an elephant, it's a mammoth. Silly daddy, of course. It's a mammoth, a gigantic mammoth that looks like an elephant, but it's much more hairy. Where are we? In search of food. Although he looked scary, he was really very gentle, like a gigantic teddy bear, and kind. He ate leaf and grass, so he didn't eat animals, he only ate vegetables like leaves and grass. But he needed a lot of both. That was why he was always on the move, trying to fill his rumbling tummy, going rumble, 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 grumble, grumble, grumble. But your tummy goes rumble, rumble. Mine does when I'm hungry. Make sure you eat enough before bed, okay? Your tummy's not rumbling when you're trying to sleep. One day, as the mammoth was munching a bush of leaves and berries, he heard a very tiny sound and felt a tickling in his ear. He shook his head like this, impatiently, from side to side, but the sound and the tickling went on. When he kept still, the mammoth could hear that the sound was a very tiny voice. "Please," said the voice. "Oh, please, mammoth, don't put your great foot down. My little ones are just underneath." The mammoth looked down. He had been resting one foot on a small rock, and there, just where he was about to put his foot, lots of tiny spiders were running about. You can see here, on top of the rock where he was going to put his foot, are lots of baby spiders. Oh, there's a whole family of spiders. "Please, don't hurt them," begged the mother spider, who was hanging from a thread near the mammoth's mighty ear. So you can see here, up here, the mother spider is hanging from a thread, talking to the mammoth, saying, "Please don't hurt my babies." The mammoth was, as I said, kind, so he carefully plodded away, being careful not to put his great feet on any tiny creatures. A very kind mammoth, isn't he? A few days later, as he was wandering through the forest, the mammoth heard something that frightened him very much. What could it be? It was a shout. The mammoth knew that human beings liked to hunt mammoths with their sharp spears that are like arrows to kill mammoths. Not very nice. As quickly as he could, he trotted away, running as fast as he could, the ground shaking at every step. You can see here, so he's running away from the spears. He's running away, trying not to get killed by the hunters. But the human hunters were faster. Before long, the mammoth felt spears whistling past his ears, and the shout grew louder and fiercer. He ran forward and squeezed through the opening of a large cave. At first it seemed a good hiding place, but as the hunter grew nearer, the mammoth realized that he was trapped. Oh no, what's he going to do? Where's he going to go? There was no other way out of the cave. He would be found for sure. Oh no. Don't worry, said a voice that he could hardly hear above the sound of his thumping heart going ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And a tiny voice, remember that tiny voice? It's the spider, isn't it? You did me a kindness. Now, I will help you. At an amazing speed, the spider spun a web across the entrance to the cave. When the hunters arrived, they shook their heads. "You can't be in here," they grunted. "This cobweb hasn't been disturbed." What a clever spider. Can you see here? Look. Can you see? Look. The spider spun a gigantic cobweb across the cave. So the hunter get confused and think he can't be in there. The mammoth can't be in there. Slowly, their shouts disappeared into the distance. "Thank you," breathed the mammoth. But his little friend had gone, and the huge animal never heard his tiny voice again. And look, just as the mammoth saved the spider's tiny babies and didn't step on them, the mother spider spun a gigantic cobweb to save the mammoth. Here we are. And that's how we can look after each other, to be kind to one another. I can be kind to you, and you can be kind to me. You can be kind to Aisha, and Aisha can be kind to you. Mummy can be kind to you, and you can be kind to Mummy. You can be kind to Leah, and Leah can be kind to you, and to Amy, and so forth. And we can keep smiling at each other and passing the smiles around, like we did in that poem about spreading in how infectious a smile can be, just smiling at each other. Yeah, so we can make each other happy and smile just by being kind and thoughtful and caring to one another, which I know you are very much. Mwah. I love you. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Good night. Nighty night.